What's going on, Flicks Talkers? Welcome back to another movie review, and a big one this time.
Huge.
And it totally redefines January movies.
Yeah.
And the movie we're talking about is Sam Mendes's 1917. And this was just like a breath of fresh air. We were left speechless.
Amazing. I still am speechless. So I still got chills. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was chilling. It was thrilling. It was suspenseful. Like, there was so many emotions. It was very dramatic. You felt for a lot of these characters. But before we get into that, let's talk about who it is directed by. It's directed by Mr. Sam Mendes. Now, I didn't know him too much. I knew that he did a couple of 007 movies.
Yeah, he did a couple of 007s.
American Beauty, which was a great one.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
And he did Road to Perdition.
Which was amazing, I thought. Revolutionary Road. That's what it was, with Leonardo DiCaprio. And I think it was Kate Winslet, maybe? Yeah, which was also a great one. So he's done a lot of movies, and directing, I think he's only done about 10. So it's cool that he's, in the last couple decades, he's really kept his resume nice and airtight, like a Quentin Tarantino or like a Martin Scorsese. You don't want to oversaturate it, because that's when your movies start to lack.
Yeah. That's when you just become it's not good.
You just become like a Hollywood sellout.
Yeah. You make 7, 8 Resident Evils, and it's just
God,
goes down from there.
Let's not even go. I want to get that out of my mind. But we're here to talk about 1917, guys. Pretty much this story in a nutshell before we get into some of the cast, because it is kind of a fresh face for me, at least. Jeremy knows a couple of the people involved. A couple of them
from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So what this movie is you get two corporals. This is in the middle of World War I, by the way, and they're thrown into this mission where they need to stop an ambush from happening, where 1,600 men are at stake. Their lives are at stake. And it's just, them getting from point A to point B. And it's just everything in between. And that's like an understatement of what it kind of is, because there's so much going on.
So much going on. And it was, like you said, the intensity of this movie and the music and the score. It's I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah.
I was sweating. I was nervous. It was just in your face. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was gnarly. It was just nuts. And those long shots and continuous takes.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And I think that's one big draw, because I did hear a little bit, it's like it's a one take thing. So I think that's going to be a big draw if you guys don't know already. It is a one shot take. Pretty much. I noticed the trickery, because I know a lot of the trickery where they kind of zoom into a tree or to a rock, and then it kind of goes around it. They usually do that to kind of edit out, for the cameramen, because there's no way cameramen can be following these guys through, trenches and shit like that, and battlefields for 2 hours continuously. There's trickery, but the way they did it was so smooth, you didn't notice it. To the untrained eye, you don't notice it. There is a break in the movie where the screen goes black, so they were able to breathe for a little bit. Yeah. But other than that, it's like a one take shot. You get to see these two corporals just kind of going through hell or high water to get from point A to point B, like I said. And it is very realistic.
Very, very realistic.
Very realistic. I'll be honest. I'm not 100% invested too much into war movies. This seems like one of the more realistic ones. This one just seems so real. And I think it's because I didn't know who these guys were from other projects. Yeah. It just made me invested in them so much more. I don't know.
Yeah, totally. It was like you said, very realistic. It was I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say.
You got to see a lot of shots of bodies, not only from men, from animals that were killed along the way, that were just caught in crossfire or intentionally killed. Yeah. And, just the landscape of everything was just so grim and dark and just foggy and murky and muddy. And you felt like you were in the trenches with these guys.
Yeah. I felt like, you're in there, and it felt really claustrophobic, and it felt like you felt the intensity and the fear and everything, just the anxiety of it all, and it's just coming all in full circle. It was really crazy.
Yeah, it was just like you said, it was crazy. That's pretty much what it was. I can't believe people actually went through this. These events that really happened, and war is hell. War is total hell. And this young guy, George McKay, was a super standout for me. He held his composure through the whole movie, through a lot of so much things that he was going through. He was getting fired on left and right. He didn't know who to trust. No. You know, he was just trying to get the message, you know, that these men were about to be sabotaged, and the Germans knew that they were coming. So he didn't want, you know, that first wave, second wave to run into a trap is what it was.
No, he didn't want to see, you know, his fellow soldiers get just, you know, ambushed and slaughtered. So
and by the end of this movie, he's so out of breath from everything. I was like, get the message out. I thought they were just gonna he was gonna be like, and just collapse because he went through so much just getting. I think it's like a 9-mile stretch. They said. Yeah. And he's just so out of breath. He's just, you know, this took everything out of him, and he's just there to deliver a message and you know, a letter, you know, from the higher ups that this is gonna go down, and you need to follow these rules. And it was just intense. It was awesome.
It was very intense, very awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, I still got chills.
And this movie technically came out last year. They were showing screeners.
In December.
In December. And I would add this to my top 2019 films. Because technically it is.
It was amazing.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know already, this did win Best Picture.
And Best Director.
And Best Director at the 77th Globe Awards. And I think even the director said, I can't believe how much praise this is getting, and this movie's not even out yet, technically. It's only been not to the public masses.
Select cities and whatnot.
But as of tonight, or whenever you guys see this, it will be out officially everywhere, and I urge you guys to see this.
Yeah.
It was definitely fantastic.
I would see it again. It's definitely one I'd be getting, you know, in the 4K and
I feel like
actual print.
Yeah, sure. I feel like in physical, you'll notice just like the grittiness. There's a lot of close-up shots and stuff, but even the shots of them like over the shoulder, or like them like walking like through. There was like one where they were walking through like a trench, like the side of it, and you kind of just see them walking through it. And these actors really like were putting themselves through all this hell.
You know, when they're running, they're running. They're actually running.
They're like falling down hills. They're getting blown up, and it's just like crazy shit is really happening to these two guys, these two corporals. And it's just amazing. And it was awesome. I mean, I didn't know any of the actors other than at the end you get to see Benedict Cumberbatch, and then at the beginning, who was
Colin Firth?
Colin Firth is one of the general. And then the two main guys. You said one of them was from Game of Thrones.
One of them played the younger king Tommen in Game of Thrones, who was Joffrey's brother.
Yeah. So if you guys are Game of Thrones fans, I mean, definitely come support and check them out. And they were fantastic in this movie.
They were really, really great.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
But 1917, I got to give this 5 out of 5.
Easily 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
You know, hands down. That was like one of the, like you said, one of the best movies I've seen.
Since it is technically 2020, I mean, I'm already putting this on my top 10 list.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was epic. Epic was
especially still with that sour taste in our mouth from The Grudge last week.
That was a bad one. But luckily this washed it out. After it ended, I was just like in the chair.
We just sat there, just like looking at the screen, like I love the way it ended. Just the shot on him. I mean, it's not a spoiler, but the shot on our main character, you know, just him, just like looking off into like all this shit that happened over the span of just overnight, pretty much, an evening and overnight, all this stuff that happened to him.
It's crazy.
And was this based on a true story? I mean, it's true events, obviously, but was this at the end of the movie? It says based on a story from Corporal Mendez or something. Was that Sam Mendez's maybe relative, great grandfather? Maybe
it could have been.
I gotta look that up.
Sure. Props to them and the soldiers, man, and everything they go through, because that's it's just gnarly,
and
you know?
and there was hundreds and hundreds of extras in this movie. They did not skimp, guys, as far as like the whole costume design. When they were in the trenches, just walking through, there was hundreds of men just laying there, you know, smoking cigarettes, reading books, and they all looked like they were really in character, even though they knew they were going to be extras. They wanted to fit this timepiece. It was 1917. You have to fit the part. You have to talk the part. You have to look the part. You have to everything about you has to be 1917. 1917, or else it pulls us out.
Oh no!
And I got sucked in it.
I got sucked in it. Everything, was 1917.
It
you
really
know,
was.
just from the scenery, like you're saying, and the cinematography, and just everything.
The photos they would pull out of their family, like all of that
photos and everything, and the journals, and it was in the cigarettes that they it was just
a little bit of everything. It was attention to detail.
Yes,
and I think that's what made me want to give this movie a 5 I kind of knew halfway in, I was like, I'm gonna love this movie.
Oh yeah,
I already knew it.
Like, I already know. Totally. It was amazing.
There was stills. There was like they were holding shots, especially at the end of the movie, that I was like, this is gonna be in history, like in the history of cinema.
Oh yeah,
just like the shots, the cinematography was fantastic.
The cinematography and like just the camera work, everything was just amazing, and those long shots and everything. It was just the intensity, you know, like I said, you when they were running, you felt like you're trying to run away.
Especially, well, you guys will see it in the trailer, and I'll probably put the clip up right here. There is a scene of our main corporal. He's running, through the shit, basically, and it looks so realistic. He's not, crashing into other soldiers running, and, things are blowing up in left and right, and beautiful shot.
Yes,
amazing. Once again, a lot of this is one take shots. So that's our review, guys. 1917. Are you going to see it? Have you seen it? What'd you think? Let us know in the comments below. Are you guys going to pass on it completely? Do we not, sway you to check it out? I don't know how we could do that.
Go see it. It's amazing. You're not going to regret it.
Just go see it. And make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up for more content like this, guys. And hit that subscribe and bell notification if you guys do like movie reviews, out and abouts, or just, movie news in general.
Yes.
All right, guys. Till next review.
Bye.